Hey, what's going on, guys? It's been a long minute since I've done a commentary, but I'm back with one because in Season 10, that motherfucker on the right there, Seer, he is going in. He changes the game tremendously in terms of how it's played, team-wise, solo play, everything. He changes the game just crazy how he's like three legends in one. And so those are his abilities real quick, but I'm going to talk about each of them individually, how they work, and yeah, let's just get into it. And so the first thing I'm going to talk about is the tactical. And so it can cancel heals. It can cancel, you'll notice that I canceled her heal right there, that lifeline that I double headshot. And then I popped a heal and she got hers off a little bit later. I pressured her team, and that enabled me to go up and get the cleanup on them. And this is his heartbeat sensor, and so that's the up close version, and it works very far away as well. That's what it looks like from far away. It's just a little green dot on there, but yeah, the heartbeat's pretty good, but his tactical really is pretty fucking OP, right? So it's got three parts to it. It's got the stun, it's got 10 damage, and it shows their health bar. And so right there, I used the stun to help out my teammate who had jumped down by himself to fight the enemies. And then once they were thrown off balance by the pressure that Seer created whenever I jumped down, I just went in, cleaned them up. It was real easy, real easy. And I also knew that the Pathfinder didn't go that far from when I was tracking him, so I was just looking around for him. And yeah, he had just gotten off a self-res, and so just cleaned him up. That's real easy. And just the 10 damage really can be pretty huge. You'll see right there, I got a knock and highlighted all the enemies for Chuck. And that long range shooting position is what I think Seer is best at. You'll see that I do it again right here. I saw Chuck needed some help, and so I did the stun on him to cancel his heal. Chuck pulled up on him. Sadly, Chuck got him one shot, but I was able to clean him up, move up with that, and then I also was able to put in some damage into the Bloodhound. Somehow this guy had gotten behind us, and I felt confident being able to push this guy, get the knock on him, and heal up without that guy rezzing because of Seer's tactical. It is so strong. The fact that it can interrupt rezzes, bats, and it also puts like a 1.2 second interrupt on you. But his ultimate is nasty as well. It's literally wall hacks. So you'll notice I see the people running up on me from the right. So I know to go down here, and I just play the angle with my teammate, and I can tell that he's not full running away and that he's facing us, and so we just take advantage of that. But also, whenever you're fighting another Seer, you get situations like this where both ults are up, and in this situation, I'd say it's best to just stalemate it out. And you'll notice that some of them are flickering on and off in the ult, and that's because if you're crouch walking or just moving very slowly, you do not get picked up on the ult. And that can be used against you. But on these guys, I just played the long game, was just trying to put chip damage in on them, and then I heard Chuck say crack caustic. I'd put in that little bit of damage, so I did the stun. And now with the tracking, we can see exactly what they're doing. Knowing when to time your Seer tactical really will make a huge difference in fights. And so I threw that thermite to break them up a little bit, and then came in, busted them down. And so you'll see in this, Seer's ult lands on my left there, and you can either stalemate it out or you can break it. And so Chuck actually breaks it in this clip. I don't break it, but you'll see he breaks it. Theirs falls off. I notice that none of them have an angle on me. I hear them make their callouts about how they got damage in on them, and so I capitalize on that. And then I play the nasty peek game because of how he's highlighted on that pole. I know exactly which way to peek. Oh, and we cannot forget about the boosted loader. It is pretty nasty. And you'll see here, I'm just shooting this guy, thirsting him. Both of them, I loot the box, and then I go for the reload and still get the fast reload. It's pretty easy to proc that. And if you want to push with Seer, I'd say definitely use grenades to break up enemies to try to take 1v1s right there. Threw the grenades up there. I actually ended up hitting her and then put myself in a position to knock her clean. There's a guy underneath me healing behind the door. Chuck broke the door. I stunned him. That that team or that ability legends, I should say, is just so strong. But his ability isn't really that good up close. Like you'll see how he just missed with his, the enemy Seer did. And right here, I hit him with mine, but it doesn't slow him down at all, really. He's still chasing me down, and if he didn't suck, he would have killed me. But, you know, if you're on a door, if you really need to know where he's peeking from, it could be useful, but try to not use it up close. And you'll see here with the ult, it really lets me take 1v1s, look at their positioning, and so I come in the cart, Apex gives me a free armor swap, and I notice on the left that that guy over there is leaving the caustic by himself. And so I take care of the caustic here. That was a little laggy. And the guy's still in the back left. You see him over there. He's not anywhere near his other teammates, so it's another free 1v1. Fry the Wraith, come out. I want to make sure I get that knock and not miss. And so I just line it up. And then she's just kind of panicking, reloading in my face. We both did the same thing, honestly. And then, yeah, it was an easy cleanup. This fight right here is a lot more of a team fight. I saw they were clustered in the middle, so I did my tactical to try to help my teammates out, and I ended up knocking one. That 10 damage is huge. I tried to bubble fight this Gibraltar, but I was whiffing or something. And then that Arcstar strategy with pushing works very well with defense as well. Whenever you have a Gibraltar, right there, I used it and got the knock on the Octane. And now, whenever it comes to 1v1s with Seer, you never want to really hit the full chow too much. You're not an Octane, you're not a Pathfinder, you're not a Valk, you're not something that can move really fast if you ended up missing or anything like that. And so with that, you really want to try to just play around different cover, make people, that is your main play, is to throw people off. And so you'll see right here, I did pretty much the same thing. I saw my teammates were doing damage, did the stun to throw them off. Just fucking around with them, throw them off, shit on them. That's the way you got to do it with Seer. Outplay them with the positioning, movement. Seer, I'd say, if you don't want to die on Seer easily, then you have to play him tactically, or else you'll definitely go down quickly. And you'll see there I used the heartbeat to know that I could take that 1v1. That's why I jumped down to take that 1v1. And so right here, I didn't play tactically. I literally should have died. I shouldn't have re-peeked her the second time. I should have gotten that kill the first time. But I do the stun. Now you'll see the Valkyrie's knocked in the back, but if that was a person healing, that would have stunned her. But it also zoned out the Octane. He had to keep moving back instead of trying to move underneath to break LOS with my teammates. And so here I'm getting rev pushed, and it does not send back rev players. It's not, unfortunately, but I send that one back, and I know I'm not a damage tanker or a fast movement guy, so I get out. I don't even try to send another one back. I'm fucking gone all the way in the back to my teammates, healing up. Seer really is like a support long shots or a 1v1 character. And so like right here, you'll see I used the arc stars to break that guy off that long angle. And now I took the 1v1 and I'm trying to really strafe and break up the fight into as many segments as possible. And you'll see right there, I kind of full ego chowed and he almost killed me. You really got to be careful with the ego chows on Seer. Yeah, so I popped the bat and then I come over here, noticed my teammate was fighting, and then I did the tactical, got the stun on the one on the right, helped the teammate out, got the info knowledge on that guy's HP bar, cleaned him up easy. But yeah, thanks for stopping by, guys. That was it. I hope you learned something, learned how to use him in the actual game instead of just, these are his abilities. Peace.